Due to contractual obligations between Sony and Marvel, it is currently questionable whether Spider-Man Far From Home can and will continue to be part of the MCU despite the sensational success of Spider-Man. Now, the well-informed reporter Richard Rushfield brings some light into the darkness with his newsletter The Ankler. According to the current information, the agreement between Sony and Marvel includes that Marvel will have creative control and Sony financial control over the solo films featuring Tom Holland. According to Rushfield, the existing contract between the two mega corporations stipulates that if the $1 billion mark is cracked, the contract will automatically be extended for a third film. If this were not to be the case, Sony would have full control over Spider-Man and Peter Parker would no longer be part of the MCU. So if you believe this information from Rushfield, the chances of extending the contract are not so bad for Marvel. To reach the $1 billion mark, Spider-Man Far From Home needs only a little over $300 million US. In view of the fact that the film has only been shown in cinemas for a week, it is more than likely that they will loosely pass the $1 billion mark. We are curious to see how quickly this will happen and look forward to further announcements about the future of Spider-Man. Last week, Netflix published first pictures of the upcoming The Witcher series. It shows Anya Chalotra as Yennefer and Freya Allan as Geralt's daughter Ciri. The Witcher Geralt himself is occupied by Henry Cavill and looks remarkably similar to Geralt from the video games. An official start date for the Netflix series is not known yet, but according to an insider source, it will be December 20th, 2019. More details will be available from July 19th on, because then the San Diego Comic-Con will surely reveal more details. The Disney cartoon classic Ariel the Mermaid will be remade. However, it will not be an animated film but a live-action film version. There was a small outcry this week regarding the cast, because Halle Bailey will be the first dark-skinned actress to impersonate the young mermaid. A whole number of fans spoke out against this decision on the internet. On the one hand, there are rushed, racist comments. On the other hand, there are also the fans who say that a dark-skinned Disney mermaid just doesn't fit into the picture if they want to stay true to the original. The problem is that the line between clearly discriminating and on the other hand simply criticizing voices is difficult to draw. At the end of the day, however, as it is often the case, the outcry will fade away as well. We are definitely curious to see how Disney will design this live-action movie. A release date is not yet known, but the most likely release is in 2021. In 2021, a real film version of the video game classic Mortal Kombat will be released. The producer will be James Wan, and there is also a candidate for the role of Sub-Zero. The blue-dressed ninja, which has been part of the series since the first Mortal Kombat in 1992, will be played by the Raid actor Joe Taslim. Taslim also appeared in Hollywood movies like Fast and Furious 6 or Star Trek Beyond and is considered to be a close combat actor. Ideal for the role of the masked ninja, whose primary ability is to make life difficult for his opponents with cold and ice. Other actors aren't known yet though. The film will be directed by the still relatively unknown Simon McQuoid. Mortal Kombat will be released in spring 2021. A few days ago, Amazon announced the director of the upcoming Lord of the Rings series. Juan Antonio Bayona will take over from the cult director Peter Jackson. First of all, he is only responsible for the first 2 episodes, as they announced in a press release. Bayona is a lifelong fan of the series and can hardly wait to take audiences all over the world to Middle-earth. And even though he's only responsible for the first 2 episodes, he's one of the most important contributors to the series, being the first director to be in charge of the look and other key details. Bayona has been known to the film world at the latest since 2007 with his production of The Orphanage. His most successful engagement is probably his role as director of Jurassic World 2: Fallen Kingdom. We are very curious to see how Bayona will cope with the certainly not easy task as Lord of the Rings director and look forward to further announcements on the Amazon series. Since the beginning of the year, it is confirmed that there will be a Netflix exclusive Breaking Bad film with director and creator Vince Gilligan. According to some fans, Aaron Paul now seems to have spread a rumor, as he posts a snapshot of himself and Bryan Cranston on Twitter with the caption, "Even sooner." However, this looks more like a souvenir photo from a vacation than after the announcement of a shooting start anytime soon. Many fans clearly see the last one in it. Anna Gunn, who plays Walter White's wife Skylar in the series, gives the all clear in an interview with The One Show. According to their information, it's only an advertisement for a tequila that will be released soon. However, it's also questionable whether she, if she knew something, would also reveal it, since when she was asked if she will be part of the new film, she answered that it was a secret. So you can speculate what the picture is all about, but you shouldn't get your hopes up too high until we get some official news soon. Fans have been eagerly awaiting the Flash solo movie ever since The Flash first appeared in the DC Extended Universe. A few months ago, the completion of the movie was even not certain, but now the shooting doesn't seem to be too far away anymore, and maybe with a big surprise behind the camera. It and Mama director Andy Muschietti is supposed to take over the direction. So if the Hollywood Reporter's news is right and they hire Muschietti, the question naturally arises whether Muschietti will enter new film territory or whether The Flash will actually go in a horror direction, as the main actor Ezra Miller wishes. Additionally, Christina Hodson, a new screenwriter, has been brought on board. Hodson was most recently involved in the Transformers spin-off Bumblebee and is significantly involved in the production of Birds of Prey. So we will see what happens with The Flash, since a fixed cinema release is not yet in sight. But if the shooting starts in the beginning of next year, we could expect a release in 2021. With his Halloween sequel last year, David Gordon Green achieved a huge success. It's no secret that there has been a prequel in the room for quite some time, but it might not turn out as expected. The online portal Bloody Disgusting believes to have been informed by a trustworthy insider that Halloween 2 and 3 are to be filmed one after the other and, surprisingly, published in a short period of time. That would be quite an interesting project, however you should still enjoy the rumors with caution, as this has not yet been confirmed. What is certain, however, is that the shooting for Halloween 2 will start soon, and then we will surely find out more about the prequels Halloween 2 and maybe 3. Next May, the 9th Fast and Furious film is to be released in the cinemas. Not much is known about the plot yet, but there were already some reports about the actors. Recently it was announced that John Cena will be part of the cast. According to the magazine Deadline, there are now 3 more new members to announce. Among them are Finn Cole, known from Peaky Blinders, Vinnie Bennett and Anna Sawai. The latter two had supporting roles in Ninja Assassin and Ghost in the Shell. The 3 actors who are still relatively unknown are not really a big surprise. However, at least something is happening behind the scenes in Fast and Furious 9. It's been known for some time that besides Vin Diesel, Michelle Rodriguez, Tyrese Gibson and Ludacris will be part of the new movie. The director will be Justin Lin. Fast and Furious 9 will probably be on screen on 22nd of May 2020. There are news from behind the scenes of Bond 25. Rami Malek has revealed in an interview with The Mirror that the Bond villain he personifies will not be a classic terrorist who spreads disaster for religious or ideological reasons. This was his condition in a telephone conversation with director Cary Fukunaga. The news are joined by information from Mail Online, according to which the Bond villain uses genetic engineering, which would move the Bond franchise a bit further in the direction of science fiction. Another thing that caused a lot of tension on the set was the sudden departure of Bond veteran Grace Jones, who was supposed to play a role in Bond 25. But when she found out that she was only supposed to have a small cameo appearance, she left the set in a rage and ended her work on Bond 25. Whether the planned start date on April 3rd, 2020 can still be kept will surely depend on whether more scandals around the shooting of Bond 25 will happen in the future. In an interview with Empire, Joker director Todd Phillips talks about his upcoming movie. However, many fans will be disappointed, as the movie with Joaquin Phoenix in the lead role isn't based on any comic book template and thus is exclusively written by the screenwriters. So you won't even be a little inspired by the comics. Just as it could happen with The Batman, the Joker film will take place outside the DCEU. It is also unlikely that there will be a connection between the Joker movie and The Batman. Joker, starring Joaquin Phoenix, will be released in US cinemas on October 4th, 2019. The Grown Ups actor and Saturday Night Live comedian Chris Rock did not have much to do with horror movies so far. But that will change soon, since Rock recently submitted a draft for a new Saw film to Studio Lionsgate. Supposedly, this convinced the producers so much that Chris Rock's design was used directly as the basis for a new Saw film. Furthermore, rumors have been confirmed that he will play alongside none other than Samuel L. Jackson. Allegedly, Saw 9 is already in production and will be released on October 23, 2020.